And the best...
Elvis was the hero, you know. And we went to see him quite a lot of times.
That must have been an unusual sight.
Yeah, but he was very similar in his own way.
Well, I want to ask about those meetings when we come back to the Inside Word, so don't go away. Welcome back to the Inside Word. I'm Michael Kastner, and we are visiting with the author of this great new book. It's called Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin Uncensored. We're talking about Richard Cole. You've been hearing Led Zeppelin for years now. We finally find out what was going on behind the scenes. So when we last left you, we were talking about Led Zeppelin meeting Elvis. What was it like? Were they really in awe of Elvis?
Yeah, we'd seen him in Vegas, and then we'd seen him in Madison Square Gardens, but we'd never actually got to meet him. And then when he played the Forum, Tom Hewlett, who was our promoter as well as Elvis's, arranged for it so that Elvis used to stay in the hotel across the street from the Forum, and I think there's a tunnel under the Forum that goes to the hotel. So after his performance, he brought us over to the suite to meet him.
What was the meeting like?
It was great, terrific. He was really nice, very hospitable, you know. He signed autographs for all of us, done a little sing-song with Robert. He spoke to Bonham mainly, strangely enough, because they both had the same interest, which was fast cars and Peter Sellers movies. And I mean, he got on, Bonzo got on great with him.
I had no idea that Elvis was into Peter Sellers movies.
Yeah.
Who knew? Did he, like, give him jewelry and scarves and things like that?
Oh, no, that was a different time when John Paul Jones and I went up to his Bel Air home. And I shouted at him about something, because it was so boring. I asked him, I said, it's so boring here, and I swore at him, and he jumped up and went to do this karate thing with me, and as I jumped up to block it, my wristwatch came off. And he picked it up and he said, oh, you got big wrists? I said, yeah. He said, well, a lovely watch. I said, I'll keep it. And that was it. It was all off from there. He ran in and he just got his dressing gown and pajamas he was wearing, and ran in, came back with this beautiful gold watch with diamonds and onyx, and gave me that. And then he looked at the ring and he wanted my ring, so I gave him the ring, and he came back with a ring that still had Love Linda on it when I got it. I had to have it rubbed off and give it to my wife, you know. But it was shaped like a cowboy hat with a 1.5 carat diamond and 2 small diamonds. And he looked at John Paul Jones and he said, well, what have you got? And he took Jones's watch off him and he gave him a watch. And then when we left, his bodyguards went to get up to leave, you know, to go round him. And he said, I don't need you guys. I'm safe with these 2 here. And we went out to the car and he opened the car doors, and I mean, the chauffeur couldn't believe it, because he's there in his dressing gown and the slippers with little pom-poms on them. And he said, see you again, guys. And unfortunately, that was in 1975, and it was the last time we ever seen him.
You've obviously kept all of the jewelry and everything.